second numerical, that is coil of resistance of 10 ohm, inductance 0.1 Henry, connected in series with 150 microfarad capacitor across 200 volt 50 hertz supply. Calculate impedance, current, power factor, total power consumed and voltage across coil and capacitor. Okay, now we want to find out impedance. Okay, the circuit is resistance is of 10 ohm, then 0.1 Henry and then 150 microfarad capacitor connected to 200 volt 50 hertz AC supply. Okay, now impedance. How will I calculate impedance? See, to calculate impedance I can find out the rectangular form, that is Z is equal to R plus J XL minus XC or R minus J XC minus XL. So you do not know whether your J term will have a positive sign or negative sign. So to identify that, first of all you calculate XL, that is 2 pi FL. Then calculate XC, that is 1 upon 2 pi FC. If XL is greater than XC, what will be your rectangular form of Z? R plus J XL minus XC. Now here I know that the inductance is very large than the capacitor, because capacitor is microfarad. So obviously XL is going to be greater than XC. So I am directly writing that Z is equal to R plus J XL minus XC. But in your exam, you may not be able to identify. So it's better that you write XL first, you calculate XL first, then XC, and then compare the value. When the value XL is coming greater than XC, you will have plus sign to the J term XL minus XC. And if you have XC term greater than XL, then you will have the J term minus, and in bracket you will write XC minus XL. Okay. Now here I am writing directly. So Z is equal to R plus J XL minus XC. XL is what? 2 pi FL. X is what? 1 upon 2 pi FC. Now putting all the values in this particular equation, R is 10. Okay. Then plus J in bracket 2 pi FL, that is 2 into pi into 50 into L value 0.1 minus 1 upon 2 pi FC, where 2 pi into 50 into C value 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. So the value of Z is equal to, coming in rectangular form we are getting. Okay, now here the rectangular form actually we are getting, but I have directly written in polar. Okay, so you can first of all find that value in rectangle and then you can convert in polar. So the final answer of the impedance is coming 14.28 at an angle 45.57 degree. Now why I have written the value of impedance in polar form directly over here? Because I want to find out the current next. And to find out the current next, I is equal to V upon Z. So anyhow I required Z in polar form. So here I have written the value of Z in polar form. So the next parameter is current. I is equal to V upon Z. 200 at an angle 0 degree, and Z we will write 14.28 at an angle 45.57 degree. Okay, so the answer of I is coming 200 divided by 14.28. When I'll do, I'm getting 14, and 0 minus 45.57, that's the angle subtraction, is going to give me the angle minus 45.57 degree. Okay, now here XL is greater than XC. So even though the circuit is having R, L and C, all three components are present in this circuit, but the inductor is greater than the capacitor. So the circuit is inductive in nature. As the circuit is inductive in nature, okay, then your impedance angle is positive, because your impedance triangle is coming on first quadrant or coming on above positive x-axis. So the impedance triangle is lying in first quadrant. So the angle phi offered by the impedance is positive. But as the circuit is inductive in nature, so the current is lagging. So the angle I is going to be negative. So whatever we calculated, that is correct in nature. Okay, so angle I is coming negative because current is going to lag, and angle phi of Z is going to be positive because impedance triangle of inductive circuit is going to be lie in first quadrant. Okay, now the third factor, that is power factor. We are mentioning cos of minus 45.57 degree. Why I am mentioning minus 45? Because that minus sign is going to help me to write the nature of power factor. So that minus sign of that angle is going to give me which nature of power factor? Lagging nature. Because the angle phi magnitude for Z and for I, it is always equal to each other. Always, in any sum. In any sum, the angle of Z and angle of I, in magnitude, they are going to be same. Only their polarities are opposite. If angle phi is positive, obviously the angle phi will be negative. To calculate the power factor, we are mentioning the polarity of angle with respect to I because we are going to show the nature of power factor, and the nature of the power factor is depending upon the nature of the current. So we are writing cos of minus 45.57, and this minus sign is going to give me the lag nature. So the value of the power factor is coming 0.7 lagging. Now the fourth parameter, that is total power consumed. Now here total power consumed they ask, real power, because I said that when they are only asking to calculate total power, they are not mentioning any name, they are not mentioning specific type of power. It means by default you have to take your real power, that is P, and that P in RLC series circuit we have seen now. The average power P consumed by RLC series circuit is equal to what? Is the formula VI cos phi. So the power P is equal to VI cos phi. Here we are taking the magnitude of all parameters. So V magnitude is 200, I magnitude is 14, and cos phi is coming 0. So the value of the total power is 1960 watt, 1960 watt. As it is a power, the unit is watt. Okay. Now the last parameter, that is voltage across coil and voltage across capacitor. See, now voltage across coil means what? Voltage across capacitor we can see VC. But voltage across coil means what? In the previous classes I think I have explained what means the difference between coil and inductor. Coil and inductor means what? Inductor means only L. But coil means the combination of R and L. So voltage across coil means they are asking you to find out the voltage across this RL part. So voltage across RL part will be what? Will be IR plus IXL. Is it so? Coil is the series circuit of R and L. As the coil is the combination of R and L, the voltage across coil will be VR plus VL. As VR is what? I into R. VL is what? I into XL. Okay. So voltage across coil, to find out that, what I'll do, I'll find out this impedance of this RL circuit. So what will be the impedance? What is the opposition offered by this RL circuit? That is R plus XL. So what I'll write? The voltage across coil, when I want to find out, I'll write the impedance offered by the coil. So impedance offered by the coil will be what? The opposition offered by the resistance plus the opposition offered by the inductance. So opposition offered by the inductance is XL. So as these two quantities are the phasor quantities, you cannot directly add. Remember this. Even though they are opposition, okay, so the value R say 10 ohm and say XL, okay, it is coming 331.4 because 2 pi F, as F is 50, so 2 pi F will be 314 into 0.1, okay, so 0.1 will be 1 by 10, so it is nothing but 31.4. So this 31.4 you cannot directly add to 10 and don't get the answer 41.42. No, that is wrong. Why we cannot add them together directly? Because these are phasor quantities. So to add the phasor quantity, it is compulsory we have to add them in rectangular form. Don't do this mistake. Otherwise you will feel, yes, the opposition of R is 10, the opposition of L is XL, that is 31.42. So what will be the total opposition? 10 plus 31. So it is 41. No, it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because these two are not the ordinary quantity, these are phasor quantities. So to add these two phasor quantities, you have to take compulsory rectangular form. Even though I want to add XL and XC, I cannot add them together directly. I have to take their phasor addition. It means I have to add them in rectangular form. Okay. So the total impedance or the total opposition offered by the coil is 10 plus J 31.42. So the total coming is 32.97 at an angle 72.35 degree. Here again I have written in polar form directly. Why? Because to find out the voltage across coil, I have to multiply that opposition R plus J XL to I. So I have to take the multiplication of current and the total opposition offered by the coil. So to do this operation, I require polar form of R plus J XL. So here I have written the polar form directly. Okay, so you can calculate the polar form. So getting the impedance of the coil 32.97. So the impedance polar form of the coil is 32.97 at an angle 72.35 degree. So when I'll multiply this impedance to the current I, I'll get the voltage across coil. So the I value is, what is the polar form of I here? 14 at an angle minus 45.57. The polar form of coil impedance, that is 32.97 at an angle 72.35 degree. So when I will multiply together, I am going to get the voltage across the coil is 461.58 at an angle 26.78 degree. And then last parameter, that is voltage across capacitor. So voltage across capacitor is again what? VC is equal to I into XC. So I will take I value in polar. Okay, this 14 at an angle minus 45.57 plus the value XC. Now XC value is, where we got the XC value? XC is what? 1 upon 2 pi FC. So 1 upon 2 pi FC is 21.22 at an angle minus 90 degree. Okay. How will I get that? This is 1 upon 2 pi FC. Okay. So the value is coming 297.08 at an angle minus 35.57 degree. Okay. The angle of I is minus 45.57. Okay. But the angle of XC, the 21.22, you can easily calculate. That is by doing 1 upon 2 pi FC. But the angle also you supposed to take it. See this particular part. Now here, with respect to I, your VC phasor is going to lag by 90 degree. So with respect to I, VC is what? I into XC. So this particular component is going to have how much angle? The angle is 90 degree lag. So that's why we have taken minus 90 degree. So in this particular circuit, the product I into XC is going to give me the VC, where I polar form is having the angle minus 45.57, which we have calculated, and the XC magnitude is 21.22, which we are getting by the formula 1 upon 2 pi FC, and the angle minus 90 degree from the phasor construction, we got this angle. So minus 90 degree and minus 45.57 we are going to add together. So the total angle is minus 135.57 and VC magnitude is 14 into 21.22. So it is 297.08. So this is the numerical in which we have calculated RLC series circuit. So I hope everybody understood this particular numerical of RLC series circuit. Okay.